All ages, preferably over 16, because we swear a lot. Welcome to the Co-op Show Podcast, live right here at PAX East 2016. This is a lot more people than we were expecting. Thank you very much for showing up. We appreciate that. You are a shameless whore, you know.
We are aware.
My panel today consists of Mr. Jesse the Red Cox. Welcome to the show.
Wow. Hi, everybody. I'm so excited to be here.
You were supposed to bring the luchador mask.
Yeah, the Red Cox doesn't make much sense without a mask.
It really doesn't.
It sounds really dirty, and I'm glad you still said it.
It does.
I said it anyway.
Yeah, thank you.
It's all good. I just want this to be my last PAX, you know. So
Yeah.
they'll never invite me back. Not going to happen. Also joining us today, straight fresh off a hangover from the Twitch party, DotA. Welcome to the show.
It's true.
And we have several special guests hiding behind us that we'll drag up on stage at some point during the presentation. Welcome to the Co-op Show Podcast panel live. We usually talk a lot about, well, I'd say we talk a lot about video games. That's really not true at all, is it?
It
Every
gets
now
in
and
there
again.
sometimes, though.
Occasionally, we talk about video games. We will be doing Q&A at the end of the show, probably the last 20 or so minutes. We do ask one question, not 5 parts, please. And no life story, because we want to get people through as quickly as possible. So if you wouldn't mind, that would be awesome. And we will be doing a signing session after the show. I have no idea where it is.
In the queue room.
In the queue room.
The queue, whatever the queue room
The
is.
queue room.
In the cute room.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we'll be there for however many hours it takes. We'll do the signings then. How has your PAX been so far, Jesse? You've actually been doing things, which is unusual for you.
Oh my goodness, why I certainly have. I yesterday did a lot of gaming, and then today woke up bright and early and hosted the Banner Saga panel.
Ooh, how was that?
I love that game, and I love those guys, so it was a blast. And then now I'm here. Oh, I spent an hour standing downstairs at the Overwatch, like where the cars are.
Yeah.
Enjoying myself immensely, because my girlfriend's one of the cosplayers down there. And so I got to sit around while a bunch of guys were like, damn, I want to bang that Widowmaker. And I was like, yeah. Yeah, you do. So here's to all you gents out there.
Yes, you enjoyed the ride there as well, I believe. But was it both of you actually got trucked to here in the giant...
The giant Overwatch, Uberwatch, Soldier 76 mega truck.
We have both been in that truck, yes.
It was awesome. I got to drive in it when it didn't run over a car.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
I was not so lucky.
You want to expand on that a little?
The guy ran a car, like he smashed into a car. Literally a block, less than a block away from the convention center.
Like, literally what happened is we got into the truck. We were like, yeah, we're going to roll up to that Twitch party and the Overwatch truck. It's going to be awesome. And we get in there. It took some finagling because that is a huge truck, like so big.
You just mean getting into it.
Just getting into the truck took some work. And then once we were all in there, we were like, oh, there's no seatbelts. And he was like, you won't need seatbelts.
Where we're going.
The second we start moving, we hear furious honking, and then a bunch of people get out and start waving frantically, and we were like, what happened? What's going on? We did not feel ourselves literally run over a car. We were just like, what is, like, if you have a car and you can't feel it when you're crushing other cars, it's a problem. I feel like.
Yep.
So yeah, it completely like scraped the side and started to actually go over this car was the problem. The car like tried to go under the truck.
And that's only slightly terrifying.
Yeah.
We saw JP's tweet, and we were standing outside the convention center, and we're like, oh my God, the Soldier 76 car ran over a car. We looked to our left, and it's right there. We're like, what? It was amazing.
Yeah, we had to pull over, obviously, and he was like, feel free to make yourselves at home. Go ahead and hang out in here until you have another ride. We were like, great.
I feel bad, because I saw that truck today, different driver. I was like, oh, they got rid of that guy.
Soldier 76 is now retired.
Yeah,
after that
no,
one.
they just sprayed another guy's hair and got him in there.
I really want to ride in the Diva one. weapon.
Yes.
You get like a little helmet.
Are you sure you do? Because that thing's tiny. It might get run over by the Soldier 76 truck.
I trust Diva. If I'm gonna trust my life with somebody.
You trust your life with someone whose ultimate is self-destruction.
Yeah. She'll get me out of there. Look, she's got good eject buttons. We're good.
It seems to work most of the time.
I want that to be innuendo. Girl's got good eject buttons.
got
What does that
good
even
eject
mean?
buttons.
I don't know, but it sounds awesome.
Okay.
Damn. Her eject buttons are on point.
Yeah, yes. All right. We do occasionally talk about video games, I promise. If you showed up to this panel expecting deep industry analysis, you're not getting any of that. Oh, man, a bit. A little
we
bit. A little
could.
bit.
I mean, we could try.
You don't
We could.
want us
I mean,
to,
we
though.
could talk about
Let's be real.
wonderful things.
Can we do it like we're wine enthusiasts?
How does one do that?
I don't know, like that game had a hint of oak and raspberry.
A somewhat chocolatey musk.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Is it a 2005? No,
No.
2014.
What a year. What a year.
terrible
Hey, I think we need a YouTube channel that just does that now. I think that'll work wonderfully
It's
well.
just a glass with like a shredded up version of a game in it, and they're like,
Yes. Smells like Borderlands.
Like some of those old game cartridges, though, you can't crush those.
No.
Just
Just take a hammer to it. Will it blend?
yeah, we'll just blend it.
It might.
There we go. Cool.
It's what
Blend tech, that's what it's for.
Speaking of blending and cooking, I had the wonderful privilege today of playing Battle Chef Brigade.
How was that?
I want to play that so bad.
So if you head over to the floor, there is a little booth that is covered in giant aprons, because of course it is, and
Great.
it is a game in which it's pot cooking battle, which is awesome. It's just kind of a kind of match three Tetris-y things, so you throw the ingredients into the pot, you try and match it up, and the other is murder all wildlife in order to gather the ingredients for your pot. So you go out the door into the
right.
backyard, which is inexplicably full of chickens, dragons, and like hell beasts. You murder all of them, take their meat, and put it in the pot, and then you get to cook the whole thing up in a battle
I'm
challenge.
looking for the vegetarian who's about to leave. Someone's like, I'm done.
It's
Nope.
not real.
I feel like they missed out. Could have been the Food Wars game.
It basically is. I spoke to the guys. Like,
Yeah.
outside of the gratuitous nudity, it is most of the Food Wars game.
Yeah, great.
No comment.
But you're right, though.
So I did get a chance to play that. I believe, did all of you get to play Mirage, Arcane Warfare?
I did.
Yeah.
Dude, that game is fun.
Yeah, so the guys that developed Chivalry, which is a game about chopping people's limbs off
Corn
and
banner.
yelling constantly, is making a new game about wizards who chop people's limbs off and yell constantly.
Oh my god, like legit, I was standing next to Sam. We were both playing at the same time. I was the dude who creates like a magic boulder and throws
Oh, that
it.
thing.
The
yeah.
Minotaur-looking dude?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very fun class. And then Sam was kind of this like tiny girl with
Viperous
knives.
is who he was, because
Stabby.
I played that character and was like, this is who Sam's going to be all the time.
Yeah.
Because it's such a cheese character. And I was like, if I know one person who will cheat his way to wins,
Well-
it's Sam.
So my problem was that I'm just like going along playing, and you know my character goes "Rah" when he throws stuff. His character, who's like "Ah!" as she's casting things. It was too intense. It was way too intense. I couldn't handle that.
Yeah, there's all different classes. There's one that has like a skydive jump that immediately
Slams
kills
into the
people.
ground.
Yeah, I got hit with that a lot.
There's here's the thing. I feel like this is the same thing with Chivalry. The ranged class, I was like, I can't play this character. I'm like, I got you.
I
And I
didn't
start
even try
flinging, and I'm immediately dead. Like someone just stabs me in the back. I'm like, cool, all right.
Yeah. I got, the boulder is maybe the best thing. You toss it. It's about half the screen. It just takes people's heads off. It's wonderful.
If it hits someone, if it doesn't, it hits a wall and then rolls back at you.
Yes.
I died to my own boulder. I just want to point that out.
Yeah, it's essentially Chivalry with cooldown-based abilities. I feel like this is PAX. This is the year of shooters that have abilities in them. Like there's loads of them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Did you get a chance to play Lawbreakers?
I did.
Yeah.
What is that?
Oh, it's
TPB,
pretty
yo.
cool. Yep.
It's one of those, you have hot button like shooter deals, and there's different classes, and there's one that just sort of has like a sight and they can shoot stuff. There's one that is an assassin with like a blade and can swing around the walls.
The swinging thing is maybe the best thing about that. You can swing on the outside of the level with the grappling hook.
Yes, you can just go like around the level.
Yeah.
And then,
First time I tried that, instant death. It just fell down the cliff. But once you get it right, it's pretty sick.
Then there's like a heavy gunner who also has an electric cannon
Like
thing.
Tesla cannon thing? Yeah.
Yeah, and the ultimate of that character is going Emperor Palpatine and just electrocuting people.
Yes,
And it's so good.
Yeah.
All these
I
people
like it.
with their blades, like, I'm gonna get you. It's like, what up, haters? Yeah, it's a fun game, but there's a lot of those on the floor.
Yes, yeah. I mean, Mirage is one, as you said, and I think it's just a case of, well, we're going to do, again, like Battleborn or something along those lines, which, we've played, which is pretty awesome. It's like this is the year of that. Everyone saw Overwatch doing it. It's like, oh, now's the time to release ours, I suppose, but I mean, I don't mind it. I think as a trend, it's not too bad.
Look, as an old-time TF2 player, I'm super into this.
Yes.
Like, all of these games, I'm like, yep.
That is a cool
Yep,
trend.
I feel this.
I feel like the other trend on the floor right now is we're like Dark Souls a bit.
It's a cooking game, but like Dark Souls.
I mean, basically, yes. I played Below, which was absolutely wonderful. If you get a chance to play that, you are the tiniest man in this game. They use a form of sort of tilt shift photography to make everything look way huge. So I think there was someone on the other doing interview questions, and he's asked, so how big a TV do you need to play this game? It's like about 90, 100 inches. Like, it's tiny, tiny little guy on it. But it's a mixture of kind of Zelda, Wind Waker, and Dark Souls with dungeon exploration.
Okay.
Because
Dark
what you
Souls-
wanted in Wind Waker was misery, right?
When you say a mixture of Dark Souls, you just mean that like you die a lot.
Yeah.
Is what I think that's what people.
That's
just
all
say.
people
That
mean,
is what-
isn't it?
Yeah,
you just
they're like,
die a lot.
"My
Well,
game
you do
is
literally have to go
difficult."
down the dungeon to pick your stuff up again after you died, so it's kind of like that.
I mean, Dark Souls is already Zelda-esque,
Yeah, that's true.
so it's a Zelda-esque game.
Yes.
I would load if they sold
did it.
that.
There you go.
Dark Souls 3 is kind of like Zelda and Dark Souls. That's just how they sell it. I mean,
They're
it's
too busy
very
marketing it
similar.
as this is the most difficult game of all time. You will die repeatedly. And like, well, I mean, you might.
I liked the marketing for Dark Souls 2. I thought that was great. They were like, look.
You don't think they're going a little bit over the top
You'll
now?
die.
You like the Hot Wings challenge?
I mean, I like hot wings and challenges, but I don't know what you're referring to.
So they had, I believe you could win a collector's edition of Dark Souls if you took the Hot Wings challenge and you ate 10 of these ghost chili hot wings and
Gross.
filmed it.
Nah.
That was a Dark Souls marketing campaign for some reason.
Oh, well, that's stupid, but I'd still do it.
Yes.
The trend that I've been seeing on the floor is people saying, so, are you into strategy games? And then I say, no. And then they say, perfect, you should come by our booth. Everybody's like trying to make really easy strategy games now, it feels like.
A lot of the stuff in mobile. I think they've seen Clash Royale and then they just want to be that.
There's one that I played, I think it was called Crush Your Enemies.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. It's a real-time strategy game, army versus army. You're like trying to take territory and destroy the other person's army, etc. But they've made it so that everything that happens in each level is contained to one screen size. So you never have to like look around or drag anywhere or anything like that. You just like look at the screen and just do your shit, right? And I was like, this is great for me. This is so great because the second that I'm like, oh fuck, I had like 50 dudes like off in this corner and I never used them. Yeah.
I think
you
they're building
can't
it as
do that.
the badass strategy game, and they've got a picture of guys drinking beer with axes. Like, all right, sounds right up my
They
alley.
were
Isn't it?
slamming music too.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, a game. So, like I go where the beat tells me. It's in my heart.
That's just what you just follow beats
Follow
until you
the
find
beats.
the source.
Yes.
Great reenactment.
So you mean I have to get up and do something? Oh, screw that.
Did you play a game? I can't remember the name of it. It's the first thing I played.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's great, thanks.
No, so you play as 3 robots, and one is a tank, and one is a healer, and one is a DPS. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Because it's on the show floor. Help me out. All of you.
They came here to learn, not to teach.
None of you came here to learn.
It's not Necropolis.
No,
No,
it's... What is it? Oh, that's not the. We're on vacation. It's not
That's
the
not an
game.
answer at all.
We
Boo,
were
that
looking
man.
to you.
So you play as
thought
3
you could
robots
save
and you
us.
murder things. It's called On Vacation. Now, it's what is it? Livelock.
Ah,
Thank
well
you.
done. Round of applause for the man. Doing our job for us. Thank you.
Yes, yes. Yeah, so one person is a tank robot, and he has like a shield and a giant axe, and the other person is a DPS character who has 3 different guns and can port around the map and leave bombs, and the other character is a healer. And so it feels very like Diablo, but Diablo on console, where it has like it's that kind of feel to it. Like
You're not selling me so far, I'm going to admit.
But it was very fun. I'm awful at it. I was the DPS character and didn't realize till much later the best strategy in the world is to port out in front of everyone and run backwards, dropping bombs the entire way as every enemy chases you and explodes. It was
Perfect.
great. It
That
took
makes
me a
sense,
while,
yeah.
but yeah, it was fun.
Did you do? Was it you who said that you did Outlast 2, the scary game?
Yes. Did any of you play Outlast 2, the demo downstairs?
Few people, yeah. So, how terrifying is it exactly?
Crendor and I did it together.
Oh, are we holding hands?
Take it out of context if you will.
Crendor, up on stage. Crendor, welcome to the show. God, I hope that mic works, so this will be a really awkward segue.
I was waiting for
It
my moment.
does. Well done, production. Fantastic. You're on the ball.
I don't know how, I don't, look, I'm just going to spoil stuff for you, all right? Deal with it.
You gotta build it up.
Yeah, so you get in, and it's a black screen for maybe a minute and a half with just audio. So only one of us is listening. I'm describing what's happening to Crendor. I'm like, so yeah,
No,
there's
we
a
read
news
the
report.
story. It's like John Doe was once living in a crazy world.
It's a story that makes
What?
no sense. It doesn't
Okay.
matter. It's like this woman was found on the side of the road, pregnant and naked. We're like, what is happening? Yeah, and it's like, and so you're the cameraman for a reporter, maybe? We don't know what's going on. And then it finally cuts to where you've fallen down a ravine, and you immediately pick up your camera and you're ready to go, which sure, whatever. And where you're at is like, the hills have eyes, hillbilly land, and
Nope, I'm out.
it's nighttime and there's creepy stuff happening but none of it's like jump scary.
Yeah.
And so you open a door to go in one of the cabins, and now you're like in a high school hallway. And we were like, what is going on?
First you go into the thing and there's like all the dead kids.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Back up a minute.
Yeah.
He's right. You got me. There's a room with dead kids.
And they're
You're
in the
right.
shape of like an upside down cross.
Yeah, and a room full of dead kids.
Right.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you go through that room, and then you get to the school.
Yeah, then you get to the school, and we walked around for maybe 10 minutes, unable to open doors. We're like, what is even happening? And then we finally, I guess, opened the right door, and all the locker room doors started opening and closing, and we were like, I guess we get in one. So we got in one and sat there for a good minute while nothing happened. And
Scary lockers. Woo.
then we opened the door, and this monster jumped out at us and pulled us into some other world. Like,
It was like the outside again, but it was...
at some point, a giant tongue came out of a well and pulled us in. Like,
Yeah, there was a tongue
So what-
monster, and then there was
so
like...
needless to say, at the very end, you get grabbed by the hillbilly guys, and you're back in the hillbilly area. Hold on, it gets better. You're back in the hillbilly area, and then they start chasing you.
Yeah.
To which Crendor died like 6 times.
Yeah,
'cause
so
they
I was
kept
like,
get-
you play it then.
Yeah, there's one part where you run by and there's a man cutting up a person, and he's like eating them, and Crendor walks over to him and goes, what are you doing? And the guy stabs us.
I wanted to see what he'd do.
Well, he killed us is what he did.
The name of the game is On Vacation, yeah?
Yes, On Vacation. It's a great game. So you gave me control, and I started running frantically from all these like crazed hillbillies who were chasing us, and then we fall down another ravine, and then a ghost woman appears and cuts off our dick.
That's how it ends.
That's literally how I walked out and was like, that is basically the story of my life. I did all this work, and a ghost woman appears and just hacks my dick off. And I was like, are you kidding me? That's how this ends?
And someone asked me there, like, are you sure that's what happened? I'm like, oh, you know that's what happened. They show
it is
you
hard
that's
to
what
miss
happened.
that.
I mean, you have no way to prove it. They're going to have to go
Oh.
into the booth to find that out themselves.
Let me just say, your character looks down. After you get slashed, your character goes, oh, and you see like a giant, like a new area of your body has been created.
What the
We left the booth, go outside and talking about it, laughing, and the people who work there started cracking up too. Even they know how insane it is. We were just like, oh my God, I can't believe that just happened.
That's bonkers. Wow. All right.
You should totally go wait in line for that. Tell your grandkids, it is mind-blowing.
Thankfully, it is not a VR experience. Ooh. Yeah.
Yes,
No.
Dodger.
I have a question.
I'm sure you do.
What are you trying to outlast in Outlast 2?
What we just described.
Thank you. Everyone get
I
it.
assume
I don't-
celibacy, but
I don't know why you don't understand this.
But I just,
Getting
it's,
your dick cut off part
just-
is very something I'd like to outlast.
I just feel like, I don't know. It just felt like it wasn't very clear, like the narrative thread.
Have you played the other
Yeah,
Outlast?
did you play the last Outlast?
the last one was bonkers, batshit crazy.
I played
You
the
know
last
this.
one for like a hot minute, and then I
You
was
didn't
like,
even get to the, like,
I'm
saw
really
dude
sick
then.
of naked
Oh, that
people
guy.
chasing me down
Yeah, you
hallways.
didn't even meet the guy who was like, I'm gonna make you my wife. You didn't even get to that guy.
Oh, don't worry, Tumblr got to that guy. I saw plenty of him. Thanks.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that was, it made no sense. You were all over the place, and you were looking for a woman because I know that we could hear her screaming in the background. And so I think it was the news reporter, but clearly it was the ghost woman who then cut our balls off because
Yeah.
that's who we ended up meeting.
Aw.
That's who we met.
Well, you said you heard banjo music too.
You were like, I'm
There
gonna
was
save her, and then
banjo
she
music,
was a
yes.
ghost, and she chopped off your weeps.
What was that word?
Weeps? I don't know.
Is that a word?
Yeah,
we're
it
getting
is a word, okay?
We're getting a lot into your psyche when you consider a penis called it's a weep.
Well, I was,
It's a weep. That is, we're digging deep. We're digging real deep.
This will be the last ever co-optional live, by the way.
I was gonna say wiener.
But
and
then you said weep.
And then I said weep because I thought maybe wiener's too crude. I don't know why I thought that.
Yes, that's too crude. That's why you just
so I
said
was
it
like,
4 times in a row.
I'm gonna
yeah.
pare it down. I'm gonna
They
just
sell
on
those
the fly.
downstairs. It's not crude. You can buy 3 of them for like $12, yo.
She chopped off a wiener. Anyways,
Yeah,
A bit more expensive than that, I think. But
I wouldn't eat those damn things. Are you kidding me? Those hot dogs are, I watch them. As you go up the escalator, you can see them just boiling in that water.
Like, it's food, all right? It's PAX. You eat what you can eat.
Nope. Nope. You hold out. You hold out, and then you
You
go down.
outlast?
You go down the street to that place we got salads last night. That was so good.
That place is so good.
Yo, bro, just get a salad, dog.
what place is it?
I don't remember what it was called.
It's like salad. Go on Yelp and type in salad. It's the best
All that
reviewed
matters,
one.
It's a place that just makes salads. So
Great.
you order and they grab like lettuce from bins, throw it in, mix other things, and then physically abuse it. Like they abuse it, shake it violently, and then throw it back in a bowl. And they're like, "Here you go."
Is it like Chop Stop?
I mean, that is literally salad.
Well, yeah, but like you never see someone abuse a salad like that.
Yeah.
I've never I'm not.
You have not had a very exciting life then.
Abusing salad is like,
Abusing
it's the
salad.
top.
Absolutely.
You did it. You've lived
That's
life.
the apex of humanity, right?
There's guys with trench coats downstairs selling illegal salad abuse videos. I got some videos right here, man.
Oh, God.
What's your favorite?
Speaking of
you into
videos
Caesar?
that
I
we
got
have
Caesar.
right here.
You got kale?
Yeah. Speaking of videos that we have right here, stop ruining my segue. We did bring along something.
What?
Yes,
I
I'm
hate
in
you
charge
so
of starting
much.
it.
I hate you. This is never going to get played. I
He
can
told me
guarantee.
to hit the space bar.
Yep, which I assume is right, and they'll hopefully be switching over.
I'm
to that
gonna hit
momentarily.
it and see
Yep.
what happens.
We did bring along a brand new co-optional animated for you that we're going to be showing you. Before that, though, and God,
I don't know what's happening.
don't play it yet. Don't play it yet. I really hope it actually got into the room. Is the animator Sabertoons here in the audience somewhere? Oh, God. There he is! Ladies and gentlemen, the creator of co-optional animated Sabertoons in the background right there. Thank you ever so much for doing all this hard work. We get to sit here and do nothing. So, without further ado, we can present to you the latest in VR technology. This is co-optional animated. This is the future. Thank you very much to
Good
thank you very much,
shit.
Sabertoons, for that. That's wonderful. Occasionally he makes an animation. He's a very busy man, very busy. But That's awesome. Thank you very much. And also thanks to those who supported that on Patreon, which is why it gets made in the first place. Wonderful. Let's get another guest up on stage because I'm bored of him.
What? Yeah, go back to sitting in the corner.
You have an entire panel tomorrow.
That's
Cox and
right, we
Crendor
do.
panel wouldn't
Tomorrow
kick me
in
off.
the very same room, Cox and Crendor at 11:30.
I think so.
You might as well just
We don't-
might as well get here and just get in line.
Just get here early, get in line. It's cool. Buy my stuff. Twitch.tv/Crendor, Twitter.com/Crendor, Facebook.com/Crendor,
Ladies and gentlemen, Crendor.
YouTube.com/Crendor.
So it's our pleasure to welcome on stage Maggie Crow, and welcome to the show. So I bought your shirt.
I know.
It's terrible.
Sorry. Lucian, we blame you.
We need
We
a better
made it
one
in
than
like
that.
one day. It was limited edition.
You were trying your
There's
best
a
not
better
to get me to
version.
buy
He's
it.
seen the better version.
It's true.
It's
That
better.
one is
And
looking
will
pretty
be
good.
available for everybody. You can also buy my shirt. No, I'm just kidding.
But is this just a shirt shilling 101? That's all it is at this point. You've been busy during the show. You've actually been working over at NCSoft, right?
Yeah, I work at NCSoft. We're showing off a new game called Master X Master. So you guys probably haven't seen it much yet, but we're going to be ramping that up here. I guess it's a little weird for me because you guys get to see all the cool games, and I'm over here like business development.
I was like, and I'm promoting the bad game. I was like, no, it's good, honest, it's good. So what is that game all about?
So Master X Master is a MOBA game, and it's a little bit different than other MOBAs. You have 2 characters that you play instead of 1, and you can swap between them at will, other than your abilities obviously are under cooldown. There's all different kinds of modes. There's a regular mode like you would play in Arena for like League or Dota or anything like that, where you have 2 bases. There's 3v3 modes, 6v6, 5v5, and then there's also a bunch of like storyline stuff. So if you're interested in like Diablo-style gameplay, there's also that. So you can play through the stages, and you can do that alone or co-op with your friends.
You were telling me a little bit about some mini games
And then there's,
involved
there's
in
mini
it. What is it all about?
The best way I can explain it, because like it's hard to explain to people, because I'm always like, it's like a Korean mini game that's a little different.
In a League
Wait,
of
hold on.
Legends.
What
Because
what does that mean?
Yeah, because like there's like this one mini game where there's donuts, and you have to like go grab all the donuts.
I'm sorry,
but if
this
you
is a
don't- But all your
MOBA.
friends are there trying to grab donuts, and like if you don't grab them fast enough, then you die.
I mean, that's basically PAX in a nutshell, right?
I mean, that's life in general. Like, if you don't grab all the donuts before everyone else,
That's it, you're done. That is a very weird juxtaposition. It's like, yeah, we've got this very serious competitive PvP mob going on. Also, there's this donut collecting minigame, just sick.
I like it.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Look,
it's
sometimes you
definitely-
gotta balance out the tone of the game, you know?
You gotta have something to
Too
do while you're
serious,
pooping.
You throw
I mean,
some
you
donuts
can't.
in there. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's...
But they should put donuts in Outlast too.
Oh yeah, and at the end, she sticks a donut where your wiener was.
What? That is a thing
I
that does
see a
not happen
continual
at
theme
all.
with you, Jesse.
What?
I'm seeing a continual theme with you.
I'm sorry, that game scarred me. I walked out
He
of the
keeps
booth and was
looking
like,
down.
I
He's
don't
like,
know
"Is it
what
still
just
there?
happened."
Okay, it's still there."
Get out.
One of those glazed, twisty ones.
Yeah, those are the best.
God.
No,
I don't know.
they're
Those
not the
wouldn't
best.
really
They're good,
fit
though.
that well unless you. Yeah.
What?
Why did we invite you on
has to
stage
be
again?
some
Look. Jesus Christ.
You're making it worse, Maggie.
Don't indulge him.
Go
I'm
on.
just thinking of the logistics of this. I'm like, where are you? How are you carrying that on there? I don't.
Nobody really knows.
Maggie, what's your favorite type of donut?
I don't know. That's a hard question. I don't like favorites.
it?
I like a lot of things. Especially when it comes to
I mean, I tried that as a game critic once. It didn't work out very well. It's
Yeah,
like,
that-
I like a lot of things. Just end of the video. Done.
when it comes to donuts. How do you choose your favorite? I will put them all in my mouth.
Right.
We did it, guys. Good job.
Well
everybody.
done. It's like, we'll bring Maggie on because she'll bring the serious side of the show.
Sorry.
Oops.
She's a serious business development.
She won't be after
You
this panel,
have,
but
you
she's
have
not
to
careful.
have some good sense of humor. I think that's something that a lot of game developers sometimes miss out on. They don't.
I think you
about
absolutely need it when you're dealing with people that play video games.
Yeah.
They have a tendency to get
that.
a
You have
little
to know
bit
your
angry.
market, man.
A little angry.
Just a smidge.
Just a smidge. Just a wee bit.
So wait, Maggie, if you like got a hot minute to be able to walk around and play a thing, what would be the thing that you would want to go and look at?
Oh man. So there's a new Final Fantasy thing that I want to see.
There is, yeah.
And I also would love to play Battleborn. I haven't gotten to play that yet.
Oh, it's so fun.
It's
And
a
I
fun
still
game.
don't have access to Overwatch. Jerks.
How do you not have access to Overwatch
I don't
yet?
know. They just
Well, the
don't
beta
like me.
closes down in like 2 or
I
3
know.
days.
Yeah, we're going to
And
be
then
without
it's
it for a
open
while.
beta, yo.
I know.
yeah.
Then I'll have access, I guess.
There you go. Yeah, so, how many people in the audience actually do have Overwatch access? Ha
You are now better than the rest.
You
I'm
are
gonna
on a
find
higher
you
level.
later. No,
You
just
may
kidding.
now sit in the front row. Everyone, get
out.
I'm so sorry.
It is open beta soon, yeah.
Yeah.
And then people can finally maybe stop complaining. It's like, could you stop talking about the game we can't play?
But
Oh,
then
you guys keep
only
talking about
watch
that Pyre
Goofy
game
over.
too.
Yeah.
Oh, Pyre is phenomenal.
And I like.
Is it?
Now I really
oh
want to
my
check it out.
God, it's so beautiful. If you get a chance, it's the guys that made Bastion and
It looks
Transistor.
so good.
They have a brand new game. It's called Pyre. Spoiler alert, it's a sports game.
What?
Really?
What? No.
Yeah.
I
no,
did not
no,
get that
it's-
impression from what you guys
No,
were
is this
only
saying.
gonna be
half
one of
serious,
your
so-
like? This is. Oh, I knew it.
Am I going to
It's
sit
be
here
one of
and
those
I like
TV
if it's like
trash talk
Blood Bowl.
sports
I like
again?
Blood Bowl.
No.
He's gonna build us a metaphor right now.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I'm painting you a picture.
We're waiting.
If this is a bad metaphor, I
this
expect
man
you
for
all
so
to boo.
long.
I expect you all to give an immediate feedback.
Please don't. I have fragile feelings. So the whole idea of Pyre is that you are found in the desert for some reason, starving, everything's horrible, and you're picked up by these 3 guys in masks. There's this giant goat
Of
thing
course.
for some reason in a mask, and then it's a smaller dude, and then what appears to be a rat or a dog with a mustache, and he twirls it. It's really, really wonderful. And they take you onto their wonderful gypsy wagon, which is traveling through the desert. And supposedly they're exiled from something over there, and you learn these magical rituals. And the battle system involves this ritual where you have this pyre, a big fire over here, and these guys have a pyre, and it's a kind of 3 versus 3 RPG battle system. But you have to pick up this big glowing blue ball, kind of an orb of some sort, and you have to literally dive into the fire and die, holding onto this ball to reduce the power of their magical fire thing. And you keep doing this until their fire is extinguished or you do. And it is like a sports game. You remember a Blitzball from Final Fantasy X?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, actually.
Except for you just keep jumping into a fire.
Except with jumping in the fire bit. That's
Wait,
slightly different.
So what happens when your guy, does it reset? Or are you
So-
down a player?
So it resets and you're down a player. They get banished into the ether for whatever, so it ends up 2v3
Okay, so
for
you
a
have
while.
to do it 3 times to win.
You actually do. It doesn't matter. Like you can go in again, and then it'll banish that guy and bring your other guy back. So if you're winning, you're at a disadvantage always. But you've got to position your guys so that they can block people. You can cast magic spells to blast people out of the way. It is completely not like Bastion at all.
Is it turn-based or?
turn-based? Yeah.
It's real time.
Oh, it's real time.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
that sounds
cool.
stressful.
It's awesomely stressful. It's really cool. It's got awesome tension to it. And outside of that, you've got a narrator that's reading this storybook and is explaining everything. And you travel kind of a little bit like FTL to different places, and you get different events. At one point, we traveled there, and the rat dog guy with the mustache says, "I need to discuss something serious with you." I'm like, okay. Does this mustache look creepy? Like, does it look suspicious? I'm like, no, it looks wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. And it's like, I gain +8 hope. I have no idea what this is, but it's definitely worth playing. It's completely unique. I've never played anything like it, and it's
The
absolutely
line for it is
beautiful.
bananas, though.
Oh, the artwork is bloody amazing. And I know why people are waiting so long, because it is that good. It is a 30-minute demo, which probably doesn't help. But if you do get a chance to play Pyre, I would strongly recommend it.
Oh my God, speaking of long demos, Crendor, long demos. Yes.
Let's see if that mic works. Let's
Yeah,
find
does
out.
that mic work?
Hello.
Wonderful.
All right.
Production on point today. How fantastic.
I won
did
2
any of
Clash
you-
Royale games, so I'm glad I left.
Did any of you play Mirror's Edge?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my God, I love Mirror's Edge.
It's great, but that was the longest demo
It was
I've
so
ever
long.
played in my.
It was like 40 minutes.
Every time we get to a point where I was like, oh, I think that's it. It even had a title screen. I was like, oh, this is usually where demos end. Nope, you have like 12 missions to do. It kept going and going. I was like, all right, no, I mean, I get the feel.
You also kept dying at that one part, and you were freaking out. I would just look over, and he's like, and he's like,
There was one
raging.
part where you had to do like a double jump off a wall, and I would do it and then immediately just fall straight down. And I couldn't figure out what I was doing wrong, and I died maybe 30 times. I look around for the guy who was supposed to help us, and he's like flirting with a girl behind me, and I'm like, oh my God! So I just got more and more mad. And finally I did it and was like, all right, I guess I'm good again. But Yeah, that was a long-ass demo.
That
so
was.
if you want, like, the bang for your buck in line weight, that demo is so long. Also, Cuphead.
Oh, you played
Cuphead.
Cuphead?
Oh, Cuphead's good, yeah.
They were
I've
like,
played
just
that
keep
before.
playing it. You guys will get it eventually. It was like 30 minutes in. We were still dying. They're like, wow, you're worse than most
Cuphead is
people.
That
so
game's really
fun.
difficult. Right?
So Crendor and I played it at E3 when Kanye West came and crashed our
Yeah.
party, which, screw you, Kanye.
Yeah.
So we played it, but everything that it's such a great game because everything we learned there still carried over to now. So when we went to the potato, onion, and carrot boss,
He did just say that, by the way.
Yeah,
You weren't
you
hallucinating.
fight a potato, and then you fight an onion who cries at you, and then you fight a mean carrot who shoots laser beams out of his eyes or his third eye. But when
It's
all
awesome.
the patterns and things, like once you learn them once, it was just like every old like Nintendo game, Super Nintendo game where
Yeah.
you learn the pattern of the level and it's easy. And that was great. And we played that and we destroyed that one. They're like, all right, well, try this other one. And it was this giant flower that spazzes out and shoots stuff at you. And it took us maybe like 10 minutes. We figured that one out. And they're like, good, do the hardest one in the game. Do you want to do it on easy? We're like, no. Well, that was our mistake because you're flying in a little plane now, and there's this lady / Zeppelin
Yeah.
who she goes, ha! And like the words ha shoot at you. And other planes start to
She's like a bee lady.
yeah, and then she turns into a bull.
Yeah.
And then she turns into
Zeus or someone.
someone.
Zeus,
And-
sure.
oh yeah, it's a crazy game. It's like a
It's all boss fights, right? The whole thing.
yeah. The art style is very like old Disney-esque.
20s, 30s.
Yeah, like early animation, and it's great.
The,
It's a great game.
The artist for that game, I think he has an Instagram. I know he has a Tumblr, but
They
I think
were
he has an
all there
Instagram,
watching us
and he like
laughing.
posts pictures.
Yeah,
like,
they
as
were
he's
laughing
designing
at us.
characters. It's cool.
They
Yeah,
wanted
I
to
probably
show
would
us
too
the
in that
slime boss,
situation.
too.
And then in what I thought was an amazing moment, I guess Major Nelson was there,
Yeah.
comes over, taps on my shoulder. I don't even acknowledge him. And they have to they tell me like, he just wanted to say like, thanks for playing the game. And I was like, oh well, I'm playing the game, so
Is that not the biggest appreciation you can actually give to it, though?
Yes,
It's like,
I was
Now
in
you've
the zone.
rejected
I
Major
missed
Nelson
him.
and Kanye.
Yeah, basically that one game has just we're in that world now. We're basically rich and famous now.
Basically, without the
Basically.
money.
Fact.
Yeah.
Or fame.
Oh, that's very true.
slight obstacle, but
Yes.
okay.
Yeah, that's a great game. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I played that I just I
Maybe
played
one more
played
game and then we'll
so
do a
much.
Q&A.
Yeah, I just don't.
If you want to play
Remember.
any of those like narrative-based detective games, they're all in the same area, and those seem like they're pretty long demos. I was like waiting around for like Jenny LeClue Detective-oo, and then there was another one right next to it that was like Sarah something Detective Horizon or whatever.
Horizon?
There was like a bunch of detective games, and they were all like, you know, really slow-paced detective narration stuff, and I was like, all right, eventually somebody's gonna stand up.
Yeah,
and I'm
definitely
gonna
make it to the-
slip on in there. Never happened.
Like the Indian Mega Booth area, definitely go over there. That place is
Yeah.
great.
Do go and play Strafe if you get the chance. It's kind of like Quake 2. They're playing it on like 90s E-machines, like
Good.
really big, and they've got a giant PS2 keyboard with like the coiled cable that goes in. It looks like it's from a server from the 1982 or whatever. I assume they built a proper PC inside it because it runs pretty well, but it's like playing 90s Quake but mixed with kind of a roguelite. It starts with a shotgun, you just murder things for ages.
right.
That's great. And also Shadow Warrior 2, they have
Oh
hot
my
dogs.
God.
Oh, yeah,
They,
I
they
was
have
watching some people play that.
They have large wangs there.
There's large wangs there.
Yeah.
I can't wait to multiplayer that.
Oh,
Co-op's
for
gonna be
player
so
co-op with
good.
that? Yeah, it's kind of great. It's kind of wonderful.
We Happy Few is the weird mannequin booth.
Yeah, go
check that out.
That's been really busy. People seem to like that a lot. It's definitely a very odd-looking booth. I'll say that.
I like their
I mean,
art
even
style.
just the trailer had so much hype to it
Yeah.
already, so
Yeah.
it doesn't surprise me.
It's a great game, but it's super weird.
Yeah, so it's a
like
little
creepy.
Bioshock-esque and creepy, isn't it?
It's
Yeah.
basically 60s London, but if the Nazis won and everyone's on happy drugs to make themselves feel good, and you're off your meds, and you're like, I gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, hey, what are you doing? And they come after you, and it's great. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's a really interesting concept, and that is also available on the show floor as well. I mean, it's been a really good PAX in terms of the kind of games that are available. I'm surprised by kind of the lack of really big AAA titles, but there's a lot of really interesting, cool indies and sort of smaller projects by big publishers that are all pretty much worth checking out.
Yeah.
I think they have a lot of good games, though, in comparison to some other previous PAXs that we've been to. I felt like sometimes there's only like 3 or 4.
Are you throwing shade at previous PAXs?
Maybe.
Well, East is always huge, right?
Yes, yeah.
I feel like East feels even bigger
It's
now
so
because of
big
South,
now.
because South is so small.
By
Yeah.
comparison.
So yeah, when you come to East, you're like, damn, I don't know where I am. I'm
Well, I
lost.
remember when we were in a smaller convention, too. We didn't even have this many people. Like, it's just nuts.
Yeah, it's definitely very, very busy and crazy, but it's been a really good experience so far. Right, we have, I believe, 15 minutes left by the looks of it, so we would like to do Q&A.
Q&A.
If we can sort of have an orderly-ish line towards that microphone over there. Bear in mind, we'll do one question each, please, because we want to get as many done as possible, and no life stories, preferably speaking. We can just line up as...
No dumb questions.
All right.
Dumb questions are not allowed. That's what TB told
Yep.
me off stage.
Yeah, we'll get as many people
That
through
was
as
just for
possible.
you,
All right,
Crendor,
okay,
not for
let's
everyone else.
begin with whoever that is. Hi.
Hello.
Welcome to the show.
Is this on? Okay, good. It's on.
We
Oh, it
can
is
sort of hear
definitely
it,
working.
yep.
All right. So Jesse, you walked in and you had like a big bag filled with bulky stuff. What's in the bag? I'm a bit curious.
What's in the bag?
What's in the bag?
Crendor, will you be my gopher? What? Ah, never mind. Where's the bag? What was in the bag was... At my panel earlier, Banner Saga panel brought to you by AMD, they gave me a bunch of stuff, and I said I would hand it out to you guys. So because you asked me the first question,
Yes.
Oh, that's
dude.
awesome.
There you go. I think you knew exactly what was in the bag.
I feel like that was rigged.
All right, next question, please.
So I have a would you rather question.
Okay.
All right.
So, would you rather have a second head with a really salty Jesse Cox or a really
hold
angry...
on, hold on. Am I the second head?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So it's like I'm living my life, but your head is also right here.
Basically,
always.
your current life. All right, yes.
Yes.
Or have a second head that's really angry TB.
I mean, I feel like I'm more useful.
Wait, but so you would rather, this is only for you?
I don't know.
No, Crendor, anybody can answer this.
Oh,
Even-
don't let Crendor
man.
answer
Oh, that's
this.
easy. I would rather have
He'll be
angry
here all day.
TB, because TB's always angry at me anyway. And then salty Jesse
be
just
that
gets
different.
like overly salty, and then you get blood problems, like blood pressure issues.
Okay.
So
It's true. I guess that's true.
Look, they're both going to give you high blood pressure, but I am used to spending a lot of time with you, so I think I would choose you.
Aw,
There you
thank
go.
you.
Wrong
I
answer.
pray that you pick yourself, so it's just you with two heads.
Yeah. I'm not going to tolerate you all the time. Come on.
I choose Salty Jesse because he's already a part of me, so there'd be no difference.
Indeed. Thank you for your question. Next question, please.
All right, so what is a good way as the up-and-coming YouTuber to actually get in contact with other large YouTubers? Would that be hopefully running to you guys at a party if you're high enough up in the ranks, or
In the ranks.
I
yes.
don't mean that like I'm looking
There is
for
a certain
collab
hierarchy
guys, like,
that you
comment,
must respect,
subscribe,
so.
you know?
Yes.
I mean, weirdly enough, parties and mixers are usually the best way
Yeah.
because they're really drunk by then. If you send them an email, they'll probably ignore you. If you come up to the party or whatever, they're probably there to network, unless they're hiding in the corner, in which case leave them alone. But yeah, go to as many parties, as many conferences as you can, as many events like this as you can, and go to these mixers, and that's generally the way you make your contacts.
you
And
also
don't be a
have to get
creeper.
initiated in the Illuminati.
What? Oh, yeah, and
The
also
Illuminati
the Illuminati.
initiation
Crendor's
that
right,
everyone
and be a
goes
part of the
through.
Illuminati.
By the way, www.com/YouTube. Never mind.
Yeah! Yeah!
We'll get you later. Next.
Hello.
Adult Swim games?
Yep. Katana Zero. What is one series on each of your respective YouTube channels that you've always wanted to do but never started, and why?
I've got one. I want to do a fake wrestling show involving
Yes.
all of us and put together matches and feuds and have people cut promos and everything and then sort of act out the wrestling stuff in a game or something like that. But like that will take a very long time. I'd never get it done. I'd love to do that, though. That would be great.
I've written multiple narrative shows that I would like stories, yeah, I would.
About being a cat?
Yeah. I would love to do like fun sketches or like a web series or something, but I've always convinced myself that they would be terrible.
I think I'm in the same boat as you. I love writing, so I've written a lot of little sketch things that I think would be fun to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do them, Maggie. Let's do them.
We should.
I've always wanted to do a show. I have a great name for it, and I'm not going to say it because you're going to steal it. It's so good. It's just really weird and obscure but wonderful old RPGs. The problem is like the time invested in playing old obscure RPGs is like
that's a lot
your
of hours.
entire life, and I'm like, well, I'll get to that one day.
Yeah, get him to do it.
Yeah. We work with him. We see what it does.
We see what happens over the course of a week as he slowly devolves as a human.
He will never leave.
Yeah, I feel bad for that guy.
Thank you for your question. Next question, please.
So now that all three of you are in different stages of relationships, one being married, one being engaged, and one being in a relationship, when do we get a relationship advice column?
Oh, I want to see this.
I feel like Jesse is most qualified to answer this.
Me? Sure I am.
I agree.
Hello.
Hi.
So, yes, we definitely should have one. But when you write in, it's just me responding as TB and Dodger.
That's better.
Yeah, and so you just won't know. Yeah, I'll be the ghostwriter for everyone, but it'll be really good advice. Do you have a question?
That was my question.
No, but I mean like relationship advice, really quickly. What if he is also a leopard? How do I tell my parents like that? Good thing you asked. So here's what I would say: just bring him over to dinner, and
Feed him raw meat.
Just see how it goes.
Yeah,
Just see how it
your
goes,
parents,
you know?
your parents will understand immediately when they see how much you two love each other. Yeah.
So cuddly and
Yeah,
soft.
and if he mauls and kills them, that's one less problem you have.
Collect the life insurance.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you. Next question, please.
Hi.
Hi.
So my question is, hey Jesse, can I have more shirts / Cox&Crendor?
Yes. Oh my God. Yeah.
Can I come out more than like once every 3 months?
I'm not making that promise. You can ask, but I don't know what's gonna happen.
Pretty please.
If you come to the panel tomorrow, maybe.
There you go.
Oh yeah, come
We're
to our
not
panel.
doing that though.
I will be there.
All right, next question, please. Thank you.
Hello?
Are you going to destroy the world?
What?
Are you Pitbull?
Can you just say Mr. Worldwide? Mr. Worldwide.
Okay, anyway.
We don't have time for you people.
Yeah. I'm actually Blaine from Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green. Well, at least somebody got it. Anyway, my question is for TotalBiscuit. I only recently started playing PC games, and I got into League of Legends. And I know you like Dota. Convince me why I should play Dota. Go.
Why play Dota?
Yes.
All the characters are free. That helps. It's played by slightly older teenagers. Runes do not exist. That is a wonderful thing. Talents do not exist. You don't have to consistently deal with the fact there's an item named after me in the game, so that's good. And Pudge is not in League of Legends, which I think is a compelling reason.
Okay.
Keep playing League
You
of
should
Legends.
play Master X Master instead.
Keep
You
playing
shills.
League of Legends. It's great. And you could use TB's item. It's in the game.
It's rubbish. Really bad.
It's really good.
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought it was bad.
They made it
It's just
better.
an upgrade.
Oh, they
health
buffed me?
potion.
Fantastic. Next. Thank you very much for your question.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
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 This is a question for all of you. Who's a guest you've always wanted to have on the podcast but never have been able to get them on there?
I mean, PewDiePie, obviously.
Pitbull.
Seriously, though, he's actually a nice guy. Don't insult him. He's great.
Seriously, don't insult him.
Don't.
All of you.
Yeah, all of you now.
Man.
Vin Diesel.
That's the one. That's the one.
I would love to talk to him. He's
If
super
we
into
get
D&D
Diesel on.
too.
Yeah. I mean, on that note, probably Rob Kaczynski as well would probably be a really cool guest.
Robbie.
We should get Rob.
He's here. We could be like, yo.
I mean, he literally watches the podcast. We should probably just ask him. He's busy with the film fame stuff. Being attractive.
Jesse is like actual phone number friends.
We phone buddies.
We're phone number friends.
I'm with you. Vin
You're with
Diesel's
us?
my
Vin,
number
Vin,
one.
Vin
That'd be
Diesel.
amazing.
Yeah, there we go. So, Vin, if you're out there, please.
I love you.
Vin, please.
Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your time in Boston.
We will. Thank you. Next question. How many more minutes do we have? Production, wave hands at me. Are we good? 5 minutes? Great. Okay.
I have an actual
Production
industry.
says 10, so great.
An actual industry question.
Okay.
What time do you think that the video game industry took the complete wrong lesson from a game that sold well?
Ooh.
Wow.
Times the video game industry took a complete wrong lesson from. Sorry, what was the last part of it?
Something
A game
that
that
sold
was either good or sold well.
Something that sold well.
Like a time when a game did really, really well, and everybody was like, "We need to make that."
Call of Duty.
I mean, Call of Duty is too obvious. And to be honest, did they take the wrong lessons from that? It keeps selling millions of copies, so it can't have been that wrong a lesson. People obviously want to play it. That sold well.
A lot of sequels, the same game, just the second version of it has a lot of that. That's always been a problem where there's like a lot of like the second or the third one is garbage compared to the first, and they really should just be like improving on what that first one was rather than like, hey, everyone really liked when Lara Croft bent over. So let's have an entire game of that.
What?
It's from the early 2000s. I was like 85 then, and back in my centennial.
I think it probably comes down to franchises outliving kind of the usefulness in the form that they were originally. So, like, I mean, you think like God of War, for instance, like, God of War keeps selling millions and millions of copies, and then eventually we get to God of War Ascension, and it's like, why is this game still happening?
Yeah.
I think there's two things. There's one where it's like game companies often bank on nostalgia factors, and then there's also they have this system in place that makes a lot of money. Let's try to do that with our game, but it's an afterthought rather than part of the design at its core. And I think that those are some of the things that sometimes...
That's why you're here, Maggie.
It's the same as the movie industry.
It is very similar. I think it's entertainment industry as a whole.
I mean, if I can add one more to that, Clash of Clans, probably.
I was going to say
that's going to be a new revolution starting.
Like the more that I see games where you get the game, but then you can't actually do anything in the game because of you have to like do microtransactions to actually
energy
play the
bar
game.
or whatever. Yeah.
Like anytime that a company has said that made a lot of money, we should try that. I'm like, sure.
Yeah, I mean, there is a reason why every game on iOS is now a Clash of Clans clone. It's because of that. So yeah, probably that. Thank you very much for your question.
Thank you.
Next question, the one in the horn.
Hello.
So I have a job as a video editor, so I understand like technical issues. So what's like the worst technical issue you've ever had with anything?
Skype.
Skype is a good one. You'd think by now we'd have a better competitor, right?
That's too real,
He
man.
is not at all wrong. I mean, some people ask, why do you switch away from Skype? It works fine for me. Like, have you watched the show over the last 5 years? It does not work fine for us. We've had so many problems with that. Even getting a proper video conferencing system to actually get all four of us in one room that'll actually work for the podcast on a weekly basis is a nightmare. It doesn't, all the stuff doesn't work properly in one way or another. So
Oh
we
my
just
God.
There's either audio or video quality. It's like you have to choose.
Yeah.
The first podcast I was on, we used some like sketch-ass flash thing, and it
Yeah.
kept freezing, and then it would catch up, and so TB'd be like, hello, and then all of us would be like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's probably been that. It's our curse for doing a live podcast. A lot of people sensibly do it pre-recorded and just send all the files over. We do it live because we love the live interaction, and it usually ends up in a complete disaster. So there you go. Yeah, that's probably it. Yeah.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.
Thank you.
All right, next question.
Hi. As an indie dev, I'm curious as to your thoughts with the onslaught of early access subpar titles and titles I didn't finish.
It's like a whole podcast on its own.
The ease of access with stuff like Unity and Unreal Engine and stuff. where do you see as far as like games on Steam? Do you see that going to a more curated platform, or
God, I
like
hope
how do
so.
you see like if I was to release an indie game, like where do you see indie games thriving in the future?
I mean, I think indie games are doing really damn well right now anyway. There was the whole idea a few months ago of the indie apocalypse, that everything is going to implode and we're not going to have enough money to go around for indie devs. But then we get a bunch of games like Gungeon, which does really, really well, Hyperlight Drifter, which does really, really well. Like, if it's a good indie game, it's going to sell. It's that simple. Like, the ones that don't sell a lot are either far too niche and we're never going to sell a lot anyway, regardless of their budget, or suck. So it doesn't matter that they don't sell because they're terrible, and that's kind of how it's supposed to work. The platform isn't curated really at all, but weirdly enough, like it seems to have kind of worked out because I don't see a lot of really, really bad games on the front page of Steam anymore. So
That's because instead of it just being new releases, now it's popular new releases.
Yes, it is, and I think that helps a lot
Which I
because
think
people
helps.
kind of go in the direction of something that's popular and cool, and as
And
a
I think
result.
from a developer standpoint, it's kind of awesome that we have access to all of these tools, especially for people who maybe aren't with a big AAA company or something like that, to be able to create content and create awesome games because they're passionate about it. I think sometimes we get in these corporate companies where there are people who don't even play games who are making games, which is crazy to me.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. But yeah, thankfully, like those Unity asset flips and things, people don't play them. Nobody cares. Yeah, they're kind of,
But
block
do you
up Steam
see
a little
those
bit.
getting removed from like Steam? Like,
they're not going to do that. Like,
No, not at this
it's an
point.
infinite retail space. They're not going to do it. Like, who watches the watchers? Kind of, I think on that one is the problem. And I think we are now out of time. So being frantically waved at. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for coming to the Quarter Podcast Live.
Thank you.
Thank you for waiting. We will be doing a signing session in the queue room in a few
Queue
minutes.
room.
We're going to be staying.
2:30 it starts.
Yeah, 2:30. So in about half an hour,
It
we'll
goes
stay
until
pretty much about
DotA
as long as it
passes
takes.
out.
If you want to get anything signed, anything like that, we can absolutely do
Yes.
that. But big thanks for coming out, and big
Thank
thanks
you
to our
all.
guests.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.